you feel like your life and music is really more about like things like that and like the visceral of like, oh, did the sound check go all right, or like, oh, like, do I know my part, or just like the visceral stuff that's your day-to-day life that's immediately in your face. And how sometimes that might blind you from like, oh, I'm doing this because like I really liked studying like that Gordon Lightfoot song, or like any, it's like, oh, like I was learning about the Beatles and the tape.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm doing this. Like, that's where you fell in love with it. Again, like the 18-year-old kind of like
romanticize.
Yeah, and so like remembering all that, and that's why it's always nice to like go back and listen to like embarrassing records you listened to when you were that age.
Yeah. I agree.
But don't you think?
Well, I get what you mean. It's like, it's easy to lose the plot sometimes. It's like, I'm just fucking tired. Like, we're running our own sounds like shit, or like just annoyed about people tripping over the stage or something. It's like, man, we're fucking playing, you know what I mean? We got it made, we got it made. It's easy to lose sight of that sometimes, though, you know what I mean? Is that what you're kind of saying? A little bit?
No, it totally is. Yeah, it's so easy to lose sight, and then you just got to tell yourself you remember it, and then you're like, man, I love it.
Yeah.
And,
I think something that we were talking about after our last hometown show was like, it's really, I mean, it is kind of crazy. Like you get in a groove, right? And you're like, okay, hey, like, and like you kind of lose sight of what's going on. You're like, whoa, this is actually cool. What we're doing right now is like, hey, and like relish that moment, because it doesn't last forever, and it could end, at any moment. It really could. And like, I think one of the more exciting things about being on the road, and I don't know if these guys are going to say this is a bunch of BS, but like you go and you play like maybe a couple of like really rocking shows, and then you go and you play to freaking 10 people that don't give a fuck, and like that is like, I really enjoy the the kind of greater chat team aspect of this. It's like, and I think about that all the time. It's like, dude, like this is our, like, I mean, our team is all like, I love our team. It's like, and I heard Caleb Follow Hill, the Kings Leon dude, talking about this, when they were recording Aha Handshake, and he was like talking about how he's like, dude, I'm a fan of our band. And I would say the same. It's like, you're a fan of your band, it's like it's like, and so it's a interesting, it's an interesting road to, I don't know, it's an interesting path to even just be on in the first place. It's a strange world, and it sure is exciting.
And the ups and downs of that's something that a lot of people, unless you've gotten used to it or can like bear through it, is like the 10 people and then the 200 people the next night.
You just got to do it.
You just got to do it, and that no one understands that unless you do it. And that's like a it feels like a blow to your ego or something.
It does sometimes. Sometimes it hurts.
It hurts.
Sometimes it cuts.
It never doesn't hurt. And if it didn't hurt, you wouldn't care. But knowing how to get through that, and that like it's just a series of moments of like greatness, and that it's your again romanticized idea that it's just always going to be great, and it's going to be great, and here's
wall to wall sold out every night.
Yeah, the tour bus.
It's good though. It gives you that chip on your shoulder. It's like, if we can make it through playing to 10 people and give it the fucking all, like we're good when it's 2,000 or whatever. We're good. I think you can only get that on the road, and that's what all bands that make it have in common is like they just kept fucking doing it. You know what I mean? Kings of Leon, I'm sure they played to 10 people more than a couple times, or just an example.
Yeah.
Or anybody.
Yeah.